All right, we are here with session 7 of Light Force Curse of Strahd. And would anyone? It can be me. Also, I can try to bring up some things that happened. What happened last time?
I don't know. I wasn't here.
We came to an orphanage to do something. There's a girl who's in a coma and some other children who disappeared.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for that. I can jump off of that. So, in the top left room of the first floor, you were sent here from Mother Donia to procure the location of where the bones of St. Andral were, because they've been taken from the church, which means it is no longer a safe haven for Irina, who you had been entrusted with to take to Vallaki. Let me lower this down a little bit for my own end. So you were sent here because the bones were... The person who knows what happened to the bones is one of the kids here at the orphanage. I don't have the tokens for them, but I'll show you the art after stream, or if we get that far, that kind of thing. In the top left room, they were afflicted with some sort of ailment of a strange nature, and it coincided with strange occurrences that have been happening here at the orphanage, and you... eventually found yourselves up in the attic confronting the newcomer to the orphanage, who seems to be at the center of all the strange happenings at the orphanage. And hopefully, once you can figure out what exactly is going on, you can potentially heal or cure what ails the kid that knows about the bones and figure out where the bones are, and then rectify the fact that the Church of St. Andral is no longer a safe haven from Strahd von Zarevich. Curse of Strahd. It also looks like, I think you might have been able to... You visited, I think, the windmill last session? Yes, because you got a letter from a lady there. Which I will basically summarize that. You know what? I'll paste this. I think this is what I sent. Where did I send this to you? Let me find out what I sent to you all way back when. Thankfully, I date my notes so I can figure out what date. But yeah, once I get this letter to you, that's all I've got.
Sweet.
Okay. I probably posted it in chat because it's not in our Discord. Oh, okay. It's back up here. It is... I'll post this again. But yeah, should you choose whether to reread this or not, there is a new situation at hand, so let me swap out this music here. And let me read off a description for you all as I return myself to the proper page that you are on. This attic is rather barren of furnishings and otherwise choked with dust and cobwebs. There are a few random piles of clutter, but nothing of much significance. At the far end of the room, by the attic's only window, is a small boy sitting on a lone chair, silhouetted by the incoming light.
So he's facing the window?
Yes, he is facing the window. floor is yours. Let me know if you want to approach, if you want to observe him a little bit more closely. If you want to learn more about today's sponsor. No, I don't have any sponsors for today.
Not yet.
That's right, not yet.
This child model was brought to you by Wade Shadow Legends.
Yeah, I guess I'll just approach.
Okay.
I'm sure this kid isn't hostile because there's no grid here, so we're not going to enter a battle.
Forgot I had a different song playing for this. Okay. As you approach the kid, you see that he is busy carving a little wooden doll with a stolen kitchen knife.
That's right.
He's a thief. Kill him.
He does not say anything as you've approached closer.
What did you say he's carving? Or can we not see?
It's a little wooden doll with a stolen kitchen knife.
Okay.
You know what? It's at this point that he will kind of hear you approach, and he'll turn around. First, his head turns up, but not all the way. It doesn't turn around all the way. It turns, a normal head turning around, and then he kind of like shifts his body so he's sideways in the chair, and then he'll say, "Hello."
Hello. You must be... What was this kid's name again?
This kid must be Felix.
You must be Felix, am I correct?
Yes, I am Felix.
And I roll insight.
You can roll insight, please do.
Must be Felix.
Kids, you know how they are.
Kid's always intentionally sounding weird and ominous on purpose.
Holy heck. All right.
Oh boy, I
So-
can't wait to waste this nat 20.
This nat 20 goes to Keith. Here's what. So, again, for Julius, it's like, kids. Kids will be kids. That tired old excuse that adults make. Keith. This is clearly the work of someone who is piloting Felix's body with the intention of saying things in a way to convince other people that he is indeed Felix the kid, the child, the young boy, and not some sort of strange entity that has taken control of Felix's every move.
All right, well, I'll shut up then. That was a good nat 20.
No, I was still a good outburst though. You're fine.
All right, so Keith will just kind of like turn to Julius and just kind of shake his head subtly to indicate, no, that's not him.
Oh, are you saying this? How loud are you saying? You're saying this a normal, like?
He doesn't say anything. He just shakes his head at Julius.
Oh.
All right, Felix, since that is your real name, what are you doing up here?
That's a good question. Oh, hanging out, making this doll. Kids love doll. I love dolls.
Gwent. Yep. They sure do.
Oh. This is a weird one.
So I know this kid's full of shit, but what do I do about it?
Kill him, clearly.
Oh, actually, it is interesting that he's right here in front of the window. Not to, put actions in people's mouths or hands or feet, but
Yeah.
it would be hilarious if you just punted the kid through the window.
If only I had repelling blast.
True. Wait, when's the next time you get the ability to take an invocation?
Next level. Well, I'll probably take Misty Visions.
Well, guess what you just... Oh, okay.
Walk up behind the kid, just Vol athletics, refuse to elaborate.
What are we? 6? Yeah, I get a new one next level.
Yeah, I am a little unclear on what I'm not sure what a good way to approach this is. At this point, we've pretty clearly learned the kid isn't evil, but he's like his body is being piloted by something that's evil. Unclear if the kid is himself otherwise alive.
True.
Let me look through my spell scrolls to see if I have. Hold on.
Oh, actually, I do have a question that's important. And I hate that I should have asked this sooner. It might be showing my hand, but out of curiosity, did you find anything in the office of the lady while you were down there rummaging through her stuff while I had her sleeping for your convenience and mine?
Probably.
Pretty sure we did. Book of Occult Deaths Experiment things. Is that where was this where we found those?
That might be from the death house. Actually, what I'm thinking is there was I believe you found a locket that had an inscription on it. I don't remember if any of you spoke the language that was on it.
That does sound familiar.
Do you
I
have?
don't think we spoke the language.
Okay. Do you happen to remember? Did you take the locket with you, or did you leave it in the office?
I'm gonna guess we would have taken it with us, but it's not in my inventory.
Not in mine either.
I'll say I took it if you'll allow it.
I will absolutely allow it. Honestly, yeah.
I'll say that I put it back.
Damn it. All right. So we've split the campaign into 2 timelines. One where you took the locket, and one where you didn't take the locket.
Okay, what do we roll to determine which timeline we're in right now?
We will take turns each session.
Okay.
I actually do have a spell that could help us. Protection from good and evil.
Oh.
Yep.
Let me just
I'm
check
not
this.
super familiar with the effects of that, mainly because it's always seemed long, so I didn't read it. And it doesn't make things explode, so it's not fun. So, do you mind reading what that does for us?
Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch. Well, I guess it's kind of unclear how being possessed makes you willing, but it's protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey, fiends, undead. Its protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage of those attacks against the target. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect. Which means we'd still have to find some way to, like, free them from whatever's taking control of Felix. But
I see.
Gotcha.
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny any allegations.
Of course. Well, Brad said he's got the locket, so.
Yep.
Default to him on how to use it.
let's see. And to clarify, inside the locket is an inscription in a language we can't read. And is there any picture inside it? It's just the words.
Let me check. The thing is, yeah.
Words that you can't read.
So this rusted tin locket is in the shape of a circle with an X stretched into the lid. It hangs on an old tin chain, and the inside is engraved with an inscription in what were Julius's languages again?
common, elven, and dwarven.
Okay. I think I might have been tempted to change it to Elven. Basically,
I
if
have
you said Elven or Sylvan, I was probably going to give it to you.
common, undercommon, and elvish.
Oh. Okay. I will I'll give it to you for this because I'm pretty sure I had said it because I think Bralef said something in response to this. And so the inscription in Elven says specifically, "Let darkness hide from the gaze of the light."
Hmm. I can do that. The gaze of the light.
Cast daylight. I die instantly.
Well, hold on. Is daylight the one? Let me just double check daylight because I'm pretty sure daylight isn't actually. Oh yeah, so daylight is bright light, which I'm just gonna tell you right now because it might be important. It doesn't count as sunlight for the purposes of when you perhaps if you're hanging out with this wonderful person I know named Strahd von Zarovich, it won't count as sunlight.
That's bullshit.
Sunbeam, and then the other sun one, whatever that's called, that's sunlight, but daylight isn't apparently.
I hope someone got fired for that blunder. Except actually, because that's stupid. Let's see. I have an idea, but just checking my inventory.
Yes, of course.
Don't let your dreams be memes, Brad.
Oh, yeah. We can go to another map if we have to, but otherwise I'll just hand wave it. Keith would probably go down to one of those empty beds we passed by and take one of the blankets off of it.
Sure, I'm cool with that.
And come back and throw the blanket up to cover the window.
Interesting. Okay. Could I ask for you?
Direction I thought this was going.
Yeah, I think you're gonna throw it over the kid. All right. Can I ask for your train of thought because I'm assuming it has to do with the particular line from the locket. I just want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. What have you got cooking up there?
I noticed that the kid is specifically sitting in light, and I thought maybe hiding him from that light might reveal something.
Ooh, I see.
I don't know if that's the case, but
Okay.
I'm gonna try it.
Alrighty. Well. Damn. The light coming from the attic's far window is suppressed by the blanket as you drape it over. A dark, putrid smoke begins to exude from Felix's skin, wafting from his body as an impenetrable shadow. As the boy's body slumps forward, the shadow begins to take form, arms stretching out from the central mass in solid black claws. A demonic face grins, bearing rows of razor-sharp teeth. And it's at this point I'd like to ask you all to roll for initiative as soon as I find... Yes, here it is. Getting used to the new interface for Roll20.
I'm a genius! Uh-oh. Oh no!
Nice.
pop this music. Let me get used to this new interface, and let me put this in front. Because the fact you're right there, I'm just gonna pop this creature right here. Oh, our 3D dice not on over here. Dice options, interesting. Okay. All right, Julius, you are the first to be able to react to the fact that this demon has just appeared, emerging from the body. You can see the tendrils, the black tendrils kind of connecting it to the body, like some sort of strange symbiote emerging from the skin. What would you like to do first?
Just need to double check something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will start my turn by entering the rage.
Okay.
Smart.
Just gonna... Yeah, I'm raging. Go. Gonna move up here. And I'm gonna slash at this guy with my longsword.
All right.
Do I count as flanking in this position?
Yes, you will count as flanking in this position. Much to my chagrin, take it away. Oh.
Fucking go.
Alright. That's 15 magical slashing damage. Plus 2 damage for rage bonus.
Okay. I'll apply it. It'd be funny if you just finish off this thing right here, right now.
Not impossible. I will then hit it with my bestial claws as well. Attack. I get 2 attacks with them. So attack number 1.
18 will
That's
hit.
an 18.
Mhm.
Yay! So that's another 8 magical slashing damage.
Okay.
I got it. It became magical at the last level up. I just need to double check actually.
Mhm.
Give me 1 sec. I do know they get the magic, but
While you're looking it up, Bralef, what damage immunities does Keith have?
He is resistant to bludgeoning damage and vulnerable to fire damage.
Okay. Is there anything about poison in that?
Oh, right. I'm resistant to poison damage because I'm a Warforged.
Right. Out of curiosity, what about necrotic damage?
Actually, do I get? I think I might have resistance to necrotic damage during my my form of dread, but let me check.
okay. I did remember my stuff incorrectly. So what's actually happening here is I attack with my long sword as my attack action.
Mhm.
Then I'm using my extra attack feature, and then I get to attack with my claws twice.
Okay. All right. Give me that
There's
second hit
the-
then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and rage bonus on that claw attack as
Okay.
well.
I'll apply that.
And now this is the last attack. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 will hit,
Five.
yes.
So that's another 8 slashing damage.
Okay. And with that, I can definitely tell you, it has taken a good chunk of damage.
Alright.
All right.
And that's
And
gonna
Okay.
no, keep this out of resistance necrotic damage.
Okay.
Not yet.
I see. All right. And since it sounded like that was it for Julius, the demon will scream out in pain as you get 3 solid, fantastic hits on it. It will kind of like glare at you and grit its teeth, but then it's going to twist its head around in an attempt to strike at Keith specifically. Let's see if it hits with this. Let me say the modifier is a +4. Rolling this live for you all. It's a 19
Oh
to
yeah.
hit. Okay. The total damage it is dealing is 9. You see that it basically, when it makes contact with you, you see purple energy surging from the ends of its fingertips where it's made contact with you back into and up its arm. And some of the slashes that you had seen in its wispy form seem to be closing up, but it is still below half health.
That's cheating.
Hmm.
You're not allowed to heal. That's bullshit.
It is going to risk attacks of opportunity from the both of you as it moves 5 and now 10 here out of your reaches, I believe.
Sure.
A 15 does make contact, as you technically still have advantage as it was leaving. Okay. So is that 5 damage?
Yep.
Okay, I'm applying it.
Non-magical.
Oh, it's non-magical. Thank you for that.
Oh, but you know what? I think we've established that when he's not on the map, Carrion is on his shoulder.
Okay.
Would you let him make an attack of opportunity?
Yes. Unfortunate.
Wouldn't have done much damage anyway. I assume this thing's immune to poison damage.
That's correct. Now, Julius, would you like to make one as well? It is no pressure. You don't have to.
Oh, why not?
22
Oh,
make will
damn
hit.
near.
12 slashing.
Plus rage?
Plus rage, so an extra 2.
All right. You are really making numbers on this individual as you've dropped him below a quarter health. He'll move 5, 10, 15 and start going up the wall. Like you can kind of see like the tendrils that are connecting him to Felix are also the tendrils he's using to climb up the wall. So he'll move up an additional 15 feet off the ground, which I will indicate with the
gotta make it
classic
smaller.
wing situation. If I can find it.
Oh god. Carrion is massive.
Yeah, since there's no grid, I'm sure he just popped up like that. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, Keith, you are up.
All right. Well, looking pretty rough, so I guess Keith will Keith's own shadow will shoot out and will scale up the wall in an attempt to strike at the shadow. 14.
Let me just double check something. 14 is just enough to hit. Like, you thought you didn't make contact, but you did.
6 force damage.
Okay, let me check something here. All right, applying it now.
And second Ultra Blast
That will hit.
for 7 force damage.
All right, that is enough to you strike this thing and you see its form kind of cracks back, and its essence gets absorbed back into Felix, kind of like you can see the black wisps start sucking back into Felix. Felix's eyes will open up, and as a reaction to this combination of the two entities, the child will hold the knife up towards its own neck and says, "Don't do anything else or else the kid gets it." Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's a good question. let me look through my Well, with my bonus action, Carrion will turn invisible again.
Okay.
But that's all I'll do on. But that's all I can do on my turn.
Okay. In that case, you're at the top of the next turn, Julius. You are up. The demon has disappeared. Felix seems to be under its control yet again. Is holding up the knife in a compromising position to it to Felix. What would you like to do?
I am not sure. Let me look through my options.
Of course, of course. I believe in you all as a party, so...
Take the fucking like Pirates of the Caribbean approach, like kill him. He's not all man. Not my kid. Oh, okay. Okay. I want to ask for the ability to do something that is not how the ability is intended to be used.
All right, lay it on me. What you got?
Okay. So, for being the Grim Hollow vampire, I have access to extra abilities called Blood Fury abilities, right?
Okay.
One of those abilities is Calculated Strike. So, what Calculated Strike does is that when you make a melee attack, if you hit before you deal the damage, you declare that you're using Calculated Strike, and then you take away 1 Fury point, and you add an extra 1d6 damage to the attack.
Yeah, I'm seeing this, page 64.
Yeah. So the idea behind it is that you are using your extra abilities to make a targeted strike at a particular point.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'm gonna ask if I can make an attack, and if it hits, use Calculated Strike to knock the knife out of the kid's hand.
Absolutely, please do.
Great. 22.
22 hits.
Great. So I will take away my Fury point and use Calculated Strike. Just ignore the damage on now. So right after, so I just kind of like, as fast as possible, just kind of flick my sword up and attempt to knock the knife right out of the kid's hand.
Nice. All right. And with that, you are able to knock the knife out of the kid's hand. It clatters far out of its reach. You see the kid, like, well, you know, is this really the kid? Like, reach out its hand for the knife, miss, its face awash with panic, and you actually is there like a particular direction that you imagined the knife would be heading towards?
Probably like off towards the right. Ideally sticking into the wall so that it's hard to like pull out.
You mean like the right over here?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, you see the demon emerges from Felix yet again. Its form is way more wispy than before, and because of its position right here as it steps into here, I would like to say that it triggers attacks of opportunity from the both of you.
I can try. Nah.
Okay. Unfortunately, you're not flanking at this point, but the 15 is enough to hit.
Right, I'm going to use calculated strength again.
Yes.
So that's 11 slashing damage, plus my 2 rage bonus, plus another 3 damage for calculated strength.
Fantastic. So, again, to recap, unlike someone else's moves, we're not going to get into this, you deal the full damage. With this 16 full damage, you utterly erase this creature from the world. Would you like to describe how it looks for us?
Very shortly after the ghostly figure emerges from Felix, like right as it fully takes shape, Julius just makes one very quick horizontal swipe with his sword arm, and his sword just cleaves clean through the wispy neck of the creature.
All right. And from the neck, the rest of the creature disappears completely, and I will declare you all victorious.
Woohoo!
Hey.
Man, you don't chance this thing.
Was it just a shadow?
It is not a shadow. It is something called, well, it was a medium fiend, chaotic evil. It was not a shadow.
Shadow demon.
It's, how do I phrase this? The orphanage. So I didn't create this, but this is, we'll call it an invention, and it is called Felix's Demon.
Cool. Doesn't even get his own name.
Oh, actually, that is true. It is referred to in this content as Felix's Demon, both starting with cap. So it might not actually have a name. Let me slowly fade this out over here. And let me resume with some other music. All right. For the blanket you put over the window, was that a permanent affair, or was it just temporarily putting it up there?
I mean, I can take it down, but for now it's permanent. It's still up there.
All right. Well, the light that, is attempting to sneak around the edges of the blanket, basically, you can kind of see it hasn't really permeated much of beyond the blanket, but it seems to be a little bit brighter. Felix gasps and falls to his knees, immediately beginning to sob. He looks and acts like he's just a simple, normal 8-year-old boy again. You hear him sobbing on the floor. Let me go ahead and give him the prone condition, because obviously you all aren't going to do this, but this does mean that you have advantage on attacks maybe within melee range on him. Oh, was that Carrion's attempt after Julius's, perhaps? Interesting.
No, the joke was just that he was attacking Felix.
Okay, well, 16 does make contact anyway.
Alright, well, I got to quit, so I'm executing this kid.
You've seen too much.
It's a mercy killing.
We save the hostages and then kill them.
We don't want them to have to deal with the trauma.
The terrorists can't kill the hostages if we kill the hostages. But people say, "Hey, it's okay. You're all right now."
He'll look up and he'll look at you and say, choking between tears, I am?
That demon's not going to bother you anymore.
Oh, that's great. I was. Ever since I found that stupid locket, I haven't been in control of my body at all. It was like I was in the back of my own mind, watching everything that my body was doing and not being able to do anything about it. He begins to sob some more.
Hmm. Well, if you can tell us what you saw, it might help us get to the bottom of this and help some people out.
He nods, and he says, basically, I'll kind of summarize this for you all. So, Felix found the locket, hasn't been in control of his body since. He remembers murdering a kid named Cedric, sneaking into Millie and Yeska's room at night with the locket, those being the kids who work at the church across the street, the Church of St. Andral, and whispering curses at the other orphans to cause them harm. We found the locket. Let me see if I can... I wish they would put it here in this description, but... Oh, prior to his arrival, Felix had happened upon a cursed locket and released a demon trapped inside. Oh, so what had happened was... this is the kind of thing that I could do in character, but I'll just, continue to describe this for you all. The demon possessed Felix and made him murder his own parents, which resulted in him being sent to St. Andral's orphanage. While under control of the demon, he basically had sociopathic tendencies, a talent for falsehoods, had a shallow emotional range because the demon, of course, didn't know how to act like a little kid, and showed no sympathy for the plights of others, including the death of Cedric, a former fellow orphan. He ain't orphan no more because he's dead. As a bit of an aside, if you had asked Felix about Cedric the orphan, apparently the quote I'm supposed to impart to you all is, "I don't see why everyone was so upset when Cedric died. I saw his body. He only bled a little bit. My parents bled a lot more than that, and I'm fine."
My parents bled a lot more than that, and I'm fine. Something said by someone who's definitely fine.
Felix, recovering a little bit more from his sobbing, is going to stand up, and he thanks you both profusely. He was obviously that is a sordid affair for such a little kid to have, but he senses no danger within his body anymore, and he senses perhaps the grip the demon had on the rest of the kids in the orphanage may have lifted as well at this point.
You should go check on him.
He nods, and he'll kind of pause before asking if he can go with you.
Sure.
Might as well.
All right.
Probably be good for everyone in the orphanage to see that you're better too.
He nods. I will go ahead and bring you, at least the kid downstairs. Let me bring you both down too.
Considering the fact that the head lady of this orphanage was probably 2 days away from just being yeah, that Felix is a serial killer. We should kill him.
All right,
We should do more about it.
You're on the second floor now. Would you like to go down an additional floor, or report specifically to someone on this floor? The headmistress will be on the first floor.
I mean, it's just kids on this floor, so
All right, I'll take you down another floor then.
Headmistress Blorbo is in her office again.
Yes, she is.
Hey, it's that lady that we're supposed to be escorting. Did she come with us to the orphanage? Actually,
It looks like she did, but I forgot her. I left her in the lobby. She's doing her idle animation of dancing like a Lethal Company character.
Nice.
All right. Well, when you come down the stairs, Irina will say, "Oh, is that the Felix?" She'll say.
Yep. Seems to be doing battle now.
Oh, well, she'll like lean in closely as to be, like subtle. She'll say, What was the issue?"
Some form of possession, it seems.
She looks a little taken aback and like not disgusted in a way like ew, but more like, oh, sounds horrible.
We took care of it.
She like
He'll be walking through the aftermath for the rest of his life. Sorry, kid.
Irina looks at him sympathetically. If only there were some kind of special person who was not religiously inclined who could help people work through issues that they might have in life. Perhaps you meet with them once every 2 weeks or a week or even just once a month is fine. But man, that sounds like an interesting profession. It's a shame we don't have that here in the 1400s or whatever time period this is.
Guess we'll just have to settle for abusive headmistress.
All right. Well, Irina will, she'll check on the people in here if you want to speak with Headmistress Belasco yourself specifically.
The fucking Christmas elves and the Sphinx cats.
Oh, I forgot about the Christmas elves. The Sphinx cats, though, that is not my choice. That's what the game provided me with.
What a hilarious way to represent infants.
All right.
I mean, they're both hairless, so why not, right?
Very true. Okay, I see that Keith has stepped in here. Were you hoping to inform someone in here specifically, or would you like to... Just wanted to...
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot she was in her office.
All right, so she'll see that... You know what? Let's see. The door's locked.
No, knock, knock, knock.
She'll say, coming, and she'll go ahead and... Oh, actually, you know what? Just to make things easier for me, she's going to activate a switch, which unlocks the door.
Why not?
Technology is incredible.
It's a witch. She's a witch. Ball and Hall.
Actually, I just... What is it? I just watched the... I'm in the second season of Castlevania right now, which is, this is very, like, relevant to me right now.
Nice.
Right. Headmistress Belasco will greet you and say, "Oh, what have you discovered?"
We found Felix.
Oh? And how's he doing? And at this point, Felix will slowly step in.
He's doing battle.
Better. Okay. So she'll nod, she'll look at him, and she'll say, "Okay, I do notice a change in his demeanor. It looks like he's in the clear for sure. Let me just." She like calls out for one of her assistants to enter the room. At which point, this particular lady will show up, and she'll exchange some words to the effect of, "Can you check on Millie and Yeska and make sure they're okay?" As she's inquiring about their condition, and so this lady will say yes, and she will go ahead and step away for a moment, and she'll continue to look at Felix, and she'll say, "Okay, yes, he seems to be much, much different from before. I wish I had more to reward you with. We are lacking in financial compensation here, but I can provide you with these special items. If indeed the condition of the others has been affected by Felix coming back to us in a way." And it's at this point that the maid will come back, and she'll say, basically, that the fever has broken for the other kids, and that they seem to be well on their way to recovery. Headmistress Belasco will nod, and then she'll like open her drawers and. Wait, you searched these drawers thoroughly, I believe, if that's correct. Okay. In that case, she'll actually go over to this fireplace. She'll kind of like move some of the wood aside, and she'll remove a little wooden case. She'll open the case and pull out 2 potions of healing. Wait, I have a quick question. Can Julius even can either of you use potions of healing? You can, right? I just want to double check.
I think we established that I can.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Forged can too.
Yeah.
She'll hand you the potions of healing, and she'll say, I was hoping to save these for, in the event that they would be useful on Melee and Yaska, but as they seem to be on the up and up, recovering from their fever, perhaps I won't need this anymore. So she'll slide you the 2 potions of healing.
I'll take one.
I will as well.
She like holds a hand to her head, as if it has been, according to my math here, 27, 31, or, sometime since we last met, but she'll say, well, how fortuitous that the Morning Lord has brought you both here for, what was the particular cause that you had arrived here for something, and now everything is well here, so I appreciate you swinging by. But what was it that you had originally come here for?
What was it that we originally come here for?
We originally came here because, what's the kid's name? Yeska, was informed about the holy bones that the church a little ways away had, and very shortly after she was informed, they got stolen.
Right.
So she's, for some reason, not a suspect in that, but we are pretty confident that she told someone, and then that someone stole the bones. So we need her to be able to explain, to be able to tell us where the fuck, who the fuck she told.
Okay. And then in that case, how would either of you phrase it specifically for Headmistress Blasco? All of that is fine, or if you want it to be not divulge as many details, that's fine too. If there's a particular direction you wanted to lead the conversation. So just to answer a question.
I believe we actually explained that when we first got here.
Okay.
That we were looking for Yeska for pretty much exactly that reason.
Okay.
And
All
she
right.
was like, well, good fucking luck. Yeska's dead.
All right. So now that she has been, or I've been reminded of this, she'll say that you should be free to visit Millie and Yeska in their room, the top left room, as they are recovering. I'm just gonna facilitate something here real quick. Either her or the maid outside will tell you that while they are, while the fever has broken, they are still fast asleep, and perhaps they, it's getting late in the day. They expect that they'll be awake again come morning. But if you're looking for information out of them, at least, they're not currently in a condition to do so, but it definitely isn't as indefinite as it seemed to be before. Instead of good fucking luck, it's more like perhaps good morning.
Sounds reasonable.
Well, I could use some rest, so we could rest for the night and then come back in the morning. Whatever morning consists of here.
Yes. All right. So that sounds good to me. Would Julius share similar sentiments as Keith?
About needing a rest?
Yes, and then potentially coming back in the morning.
I mean, yeah. got no real reason not to just leave and come back later.
Okay. Then in that case, Headmistress Belasco will thank you again. She will be more than happy to welcome you in the morning and escort you to Millie and Yaska's room so that you can inquire about, the situation that you initially came here for in the first place. And of course, if she's able to come up with, she'll kind of say, thank you so much for bringing a weight off of my shoulders. Is there something I can keep an eye or an ear out for as further reward than just these simple healing potions? Anything else you'd be looking for that I can, I've got my ways. Perhaps a little birdie will have told me something. Is there anything you're looking for?
Probably. I can't think of anything.
Likewise.
Let me check my notes. Does the Home of Dragons sound familiar to you?
Home of Dragons. That does sound familiar. It sounds like... Have you heard of a place called Argynvostholt?
No.
Okay.
Could you paste that name?
Yes, of course. Just say, I hear Burgomaster Vargas sometimes mentioning it in passing when he's boasting about his... Here, let me set the stage for you. Imagine I'm the Burgomaster of this fair city. I'm Vargas, and I have a fantastic, huge library filled with books. Everyone is in awe of my wonderful big library where I get to learn about fantastic things like the village of Berez or the great... hold of Argynvostholt. He's a little full of himself, but that is, he mentioned something about that being the House of Dragons that you speak of. So if you would like to learn more, I'm sure you could, she kind of looks pained as she says this. You could talk to Burgomaster Vargas. Just know that if someone is talking to the Burgomaster, they're not usually doing so of their own volition.
Good to know.
Funny.
Well, thank you. That's very helpful.
Yes, it's one of the many things he says that I can't get out of my mind. She gazes off into the middle distance. Anyway, you heard nothing from me.
Of course.
Yes, you too, right. You're not from around here. Just be sure not to say anything ill about the Burgomaster within prying eyes or ears.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Oh, she'll say, be sure not to say anything ill about the Burgomaster outside of closed doors. Oh, and another thing, in case you didn't already know, be sure not to invite strangers into a building that you're occupying, for it could be a vampire.
Thank you for the heads up.
She nods like, yeah, I'm looking out for you kids.
2 sips of laughter come from Keeps person. Actually, wait. 3.
Keith carrying in the shadow.
Ah, nice.
Keith is not laughing, but Carrie in the shadow and the mimic are.
About the mimic.
Yeah, me too. I gotta remember that it's there. I
Christ.
think it takes the default form of like a rake or a shovel or something on his back.
That sounds about right. Ridiculous.
Okay. Well, Headmistress Belasco will ask you again if there's anything else you all need. We'll have time for one more question before she goes to tend to the kids. But you don't have to take it. That's fine too. You've got a good amount of information to go on right here.
Looking through my tarot card predictions.
Are there any guilds around here?
Oh, that's a good question.
Not- They don't have to be literal guilds, but like, I don't know,
She'll say,
organizations.
well, there are. Let's see. As far as guilds go, well, I don't want to really call this a guild, but there are, the rich people control things here in Vallaki. I mean, the burgomaster will like to tell you it's all him, it's all under his care, but the rich people have a way of using their money. Money talks, and so they can use it to push their own influence throughout the city. So there's a few big names out there, just what is it? Oh, what is it? Lady Fiona Wachter is one of these rich types, constantly at odds with the burgomaster and everything he does and stands for. There's a few others that I can't think of right now, but the rich people. Oh, right, it's because her sons, they spend all day in the Blue Water Inn, laughing it up, drinking it up, and spending their mom's hard-earned cash on frivolities and flirting with the ladies and other such uncouth things. So, yeah, burgomaster's in charge here, but those rich people, I'm sure they could form a guild all their own.
Gotcha. Good to know. Thank you.
All right, and with that, Headmistress Belasco will excuse herself. She will see to it that Felix is taken well care of, and so she'll put her in the hands of this maid right outside the door, who will stand here in case you have any other questions. But Headmistress Belasco will go to check on the kids who are no longer as ill as they were when you first arrived. And she trusts that you'll see yourselves out. I don't think she's worried about you stealing anything from her room. So, yeah, floor is back to you all. Anything else you'd like to
steal everything from all of them?
We steal everything.
We steal everything. They stole the floorboards. Can't have shit in Vallaki.
Honestly, kind of impressive. More impressed than she is concerned, or angry.
Their last can of hash, fucking everything.
I'm gonna take the roast beast, you fuck.
No, you know what I steal the 3 bars in the back of this chair.
Okay.
I'm gonna steal the log from her file.
Well, go ahead and add 3. What are
I
sticks?
steal the handles off of the drawers.
What's the name of that wooden club? Yeah, go. If you take the 3 things from the chair, I'll count those as 3 clubs.
Nice.
I'm not actually gonna do it.
I'm gonna saw off 1 centimeter from the bottom of one of the legs on this chair.
Every day.
I'm gonna keep that.
You know what? While it's out of character for Keith, I'm gonna say it would be funny if Carrion, while invisible, just went over and unscrewed one of the bars of the chair and cooked it.
Nice.
Move everything in her office 1 inch to the left. Her muscle memory will be in shadows.
Nice.
So we're heading out and going. Where the hell are we gonna go for a rest? Or are we just gonna go talk to the mayor first, or the burgomaster, or whatever they call it, you freaks?
That is I think it's a real term in real life, burgomaster. Since
Yeah, sure. Sure, lightning, whatever you say.
Yeah, there's the character from the Rudolph movie, I think. No, the Santa Claus movie. He's his name is Burgomeister, Meisterburger or something.
Oh. Okay, but yes, yeah, a curious predicament, a good question. Bralef, what do you think?
I say we find one of the empty bedrooms and sleep there without anyone noticing.
That
I
feels
don't
weird.
actually think that, but it would be funny.
I was ready to ask for rolls, but like some combination of stealth, deception.
I mean, I
maybe
can literally, I don't even sleep. I just have to go limp. So, like, I can sleep in a tree if I want, but.
I just kind of need to rest. Just need to like stop moving for like 8 hours, I guess.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna level with you. There are a few different choices at your disposal. I'm sure Irina can chime in with if you happen to be looking for a place to rest, there is some inn that she remembers passing by, which I will mention is the Blue Water Inn. I'm sure that Mother Donya herself would not turn down people who, at least in her mind, are invested in the well-being of, her and the church and Irina in some fashion. So I'm sure she'd also be willing to house you. And I will. Yeah. Those are the first two. Those are the first two things that come to mind. While I definitely admire the fact that Keith can sleep in a tree, I'm also gonna level with you that you will probably be discovered, and some sort of conflict will ensue. Which I'm not opposed to, of course, but.
No, yeah. Well, that does sound fun. If we do have somewhere more safe to sleep, yeah.
Everyone knows that it's against the law to sit in a tree in Vallaki.
Given how the law system is in Vallaki, that wouldn't be far from the truth.
I'll use disguise self and disguise as a tree.
Yeah, so the same basic arrangement of limbs. It's
Yes,
strange
it's a
that this
tree
tree has like only two and a half branches and two trunks, like at the bottom, that merge into a middle trunk. Quite strange.
And it's only 5 feet tall. Barovia, what are you gonna think of next?
Those damn Vishtani bringing in strange tree hybrids from Morning Lord knows where.
Okay, hear me out, Lightning. I'll disguise myself as an invisible man.
Now we're talking with the same arrangement of 4 invisible limbs.
And then I got kicked out.
All right. So, out of those available options, which one speaks to you all the most? Perhaps asking Mother Donya for safe storage. What's the word? Safe haven at the church, even though it's not as safe as people originally thought it would be, or going to the Blue Water Inn.
Well, the church is less likely to charge us money, so that could be. There's a way to go.
That is true. Oh, and also the thing that was mentioned about you could also visit the burgomaster with his dumb title.
Yeah, we'll sleep at his house.
Yeah, we'll sleep with him.
Nice bed. Big enough for all three of us. Good night.
I will say, I've reblogged at least 2 posts on my Tumblr about someone whose OC had a budding relationship and romance with the burgomaster's wife. It's such cute art. It is so cute. Anyway. So, you know what? Hey, sleeping with the burgomaster, not out of the question in Dungeons and Dragons.
The closest I ever came to that in a game, did end up floating with the king, and he was floating back, and it turns out that he was just trying to lure me up into his evil lair to use me for evil experiments. So that sucked.
Oh, yeah. Very interesting turn of events.
Specifically, I was strapped
Manipulated by another harpy.
Specifically, I was essentially strapped into a torture device that was used to pilot a giant mech suit.
Oh, that's fucked. Oh.
But
Cool.
DM time was very strange. I need to also make clear this was after I accidentally orchestrated an impromptu performance of Michael Jackson's Thriller amongst the royal court.
Nice.
We should do shit like that in our games.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
All right. Montage of us getting all the kids to dance.
Mhm.
But yeah, let's try the church.
Okay, that's one vote for the church. Julius and Irina, what are your votes?
I'm also gonna vote for the church.
Okay.
Reason being, something. My brain has failed me. Reason being that the church isn't especially safe right now, but maybe our presence can help make it safer. And also, we have a good reason to try to make sure that it stays standing long enough for us to find the holy relic that makes the damn place safe.
Fair.
All right. Let me swap out the music, and then I'll take you all to the previous map you're on. Unfortunately, we'll do this one. All right. You will find yourselves back on the map of Valaki. You are currently north of St. Andral's Orphanage and right near the Church of St. Andral, but it's there that a man is waiting for you. And let me go ahead and explain something to you from... Oh. The man will approach you and your party and say, are you Miss... And he doesn't know. You must be the new individuals in town that arrived just earlier today. I have here a missive from my mistress, and he'll reach into his jacket pocket first, in case anyone wants to be like, oh no, he's got a gun, and I don't know, something like that. But he's gonna reach in. Let me just poll the party. Is there anything you want to do before he whips out his letter that he's talking about? Definitely not a weapon.
He's gonna whip out his dick. Kill him.
Nope.
I'm good.
Okay. He pulls out a letter and then hands it over to you all. Any of the three of you can take it.
He's mocking us for the fact that we're all illiterate. Kill him.
Oh god, he's gonna give us paper cuts. Kill him. Alright, Keith will open the letter.
Okay.
He will accept the letter and open it.
The letter in common simply says a few things. I wish to ask your assistance in a matter of great importance. Feel free to drop by my residence tonight for dinner or in the morning for breakfast, whatever is most convenient for you. The letter is not signed.
Okay, how would we get there? Keith will ask.
You'll say, oh, yes, the Wachterhouse is located in the north of town in the rich district. I can give you this location right here. And he will, take his hand, hold it up in the air, and he's gonna, flick his wrist real quick, and then you'll see that there is a brown piece of parchment with a big red X in the middle. And he'll say, you will find the location here. And then he'll hand it over to you. Oh, and on this map, actually, the location, I believe, might be... it's N4 on this map.
Mhm.
And he'll say, I bid you adieu. And he will kind of walk backwards into the shadows, except for the fact that I believe both of you have dark vision. Okay, so he walks backwards into what he believes are shadows, and they are, so Irina can no longer see him, unless she can, but at least her gaze does not betray any idea that she's able to see in the dark. It would be messed up if she were some sort of vampire spawn in disguise or something like that. But anyway, that's such crazy thoughts that are going through my mind. Anyway, when this individual is in what he thinks are shadows, he then assumes a less cool position in order to run away from you all. He'll basically Naruto ninja run away from you all.
Why is he running like that? I say out loud.
Irina
Makes
looks
him
at
look
you as
cool.
confused.
Or it makes him feel cool anyway.
Irina shrugs and looks at the camera.
Well, it's still stupid.
Well, after reading the letter to his companions, Keith will say, well, I guess we might as well stop by before we turn in for the night.
Mm-hmm. Would you mind repeating what the letter said? I got the gist of it, but
Yes. I wish to ask your assistance in a matter of great importance. Feel free to stop by my abode for dinner tonight or for breakfast tomorrow.
gotcha. Okay. It's another job. Okay.
Something like that.
World travels weirdly fast in this town.
What was that?
Said world travels weirdly fast in this town.
Yep.
So you want to head over there now then?
Yeah, sure.
Sounds more interesting than dealing with the Borgmaster at the very least.
Hmm. Exciting. All right, so to recap, you are headed to the Wachterhouse as per the dinner invitation. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dinner and/or breakfast invitation.
Nice. All right. Do either of you need a break before we get started? The map is ready. Except for where's Irina's token? I just gotta get. Oh, it's over here. Okay. Map is ready to go, but I'll defer to you all.
I need to go to the bathroom.
All right. I'll go ahead and pause this then.
This map looks familiar.
This map looks familiar.
Yeah.
Let's go in through the basement.
Also, I forgot to resume right before you said this map looks familiar. But yes, you are on your way to the Wachterhouse. You don't want to check out that window anymore?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, no, I don't. Sorry, I don't want to. What's the word? Sway you either way. I just want your honest opinion. You don't have
I
to.
I would glance into them as I walked by.
All right,
but
I need.
wouldn't,
Okay. As you walk by. Okay.
Get out of this window.
Well,
With my bare hands.
this is very awkward. As you walk by, you do make eye contact with some ladies who are seated at this table. At least that one lady. But I assume you're still walking by, so the eye contact will be broken as you pass by. Incredible. Okay, the front door is, I believe. Oh, is that the? Hold on. 5e tools. That is the one right here that you are next to. That it will be directly north of Irina.
Hope we don't get into a fight here, otherwise we should have gone to bed first. Oh well. Knock, knock, knock.
Okay. There's a small window cut into the door at eye height, and a servant opens the door. I mean, not the door, sorry, the small window, and says, "What is your business?"
We were invited for dinner?
Or breakfast.
Show them the letter.
Ah, yes, you must be the guests that Lady Wachter is expecting. Please come in, and she will go ahead and open the door to you. The front door opens into a narrow vestibule. 3 stained glass doors.
He's employing one of the orphans.
3 stained glass doors and wooden frames lead from it. Yeah, isn't it messed up? Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure each square is 5 feet, but I could be wrong. 1 square, 5 feet. All right, it's a tight vestibule, but she will go ahead and also open additional windows for you all. As soon as I can find out where it is. Christ.
This is such a cramped house.
Scared me for a second, though.
Yeah, that was honestly, I like to joke. We like to have fun here, but that was legit. I didn't know which one was the button for the reveal tool.
Yeah.
She will step into this hallway here. She'll step onto the stairs and open the door to the left. And beckon for you all to go in. Oh, and if you have any coats to be hanged, she'll also ask for those. Sorry, she'll step here.
No, I'm good.
Sorry, my coat doesn't come off. It's part of the character design.
She nods.
Sorry, I'm a Hitmonchan. Just part of me.
I mean, I have some art that has me without the coat, but it's also a very different character design in general. So
All right, you are in room J.
Yeah, it's fucking dark in here.
An ornate dining table stretches the length of this room, a crystal chandelier hanging above it imperiously. The silverware is tarnished, the dishes chipped, yet all are still quite elegant. 8 chairs, their backs adorned with sculpted elk horns, surround the table. Arched windows made of a lattice work of iron and glass look out into the small, fog-swept estate, or, from her point of view, look out into the viewpoint of a scarecrow, apparently. But it is there that let's see. Let me open this too over here.
Oh, this lady's a fucking vampire for sure.
My thoughts exactly.
So she looks at you all and she says,
Lighting.
she like opens a pocket watch like that she retrieves from her pocket, and she'll say, "Oh, earlier than expected. Timely. Good to see you." And she'll stand it. She would have stood up, by the way, to receive you, and she'll say, "My name is Lady Fiona Wachter. You can call me Fiona. Please have a seat. Have a seat." And she'll like gesture you all to the seats surrounded at the table. This lady is not seated at the table, but seems to be some sort of lady in waiting right over here. She'll say, "We can sit over there if you would be more comfortable there."
Nah, I'm just kidding.
I shall sit down at this chair.
All right. She'll say,
Take
"Not."
whole seat.
Sorry, what's that?
You take whole seat. It's like, oh yeah, no problem. Just sit on whole chair.
She'll say, "Not to be presumptuous, but would you indeed be interested in dinner, or would you prefer tea time? What are you into the mood for tonight? And I can have my people treat you accordingly."
I mean, I don't eat.
Ah, interesting.
Just tea is fine for me, I suppose.
Don't eat tea. Okay, she'll say, "Oh, Mathia, can you fetch some tea for us, please?" And the maid right over here will nod, and she will head over to the kitchen with the intention of retrieving your tea.
Huzzah.
Huzzah indeed. Oh my gosh, Irina, get in here.
I feel your pain, Lightning.
Yeah, also Irina is relatively important to Curse of Strahd as a whole, so it's amusing. Now, some people do, let's just say Irina's no longer around for whatever reason, and those reasons can be good or they can be bad. It's quite interesting to see how things will pan out.
Irina fucking died, and everyone's excited about it.
Right. Lady Fiona will say, "Well, again, I guess I've introduced myself. Do you mind if I ask for your names before we get started with tea?" And she'll turn to you all, and Irina will kind of look at you all, and she'll might as well. She doesn't make an overt shrugging motion, but she is probably about to introduce herself fully here, in case anyone wants to cut her off. But otherwise, I'll have her introduce herself.
You can call me Keith.
All right, Keith, nice to meet you. Irina will chime in with, "My name is Irina Koliana from the village of Barovia down south." Lady Fiona will return her greeting as well.
My name is Julius Alvana. Please just call me Julius, though.
Lady Fiona Wachter, I'll try to remember that her name is Fiona because I'm used to calling her Lady Wachter, but Fiona will nod and she'll say, "All right, Keith, Julius, and Irina, it is a pleasure to meet you all." And it's at this point that Amalthea, there's an L in her name, comes back with a variety of teas at her disposal. You'll see that she's got 3. There's one that's there's lemon tea, there's a lavender vanilla, and then there is a third tea that doesn't seem to be labeled. And she will ask you all what teas you do prefer. You'll also see that there is a small napkin of some sort next to the teas, and Lady Fiona Wachter will chime in with that napkin next to the teas, by the way, is a special think of it as a mini spell scroll of detect food and poison. I just wanted to let you know that this is, should you believe in the veracity of the spell handkerchief, as it were, that I do not intend any ill will. You are guests here in my home, and I appreciate you accepting my invitation.
What? Do you have a strong black tea?
Lady Wachter says, "Oh, I do have a strong black tea. Amalthea can procure that for you. I apologize, it wasn't in the initial offerings." And yeah, she'll kind of shoo Amalthea away as she sets the plate down here as she goes to fetch the strong black tea for you. Before long, she has returned with the tea, and she will go ahead and begin getting your teas ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The teas will now be ready, and Amalthea will go ahead and pass them out to everyone, starting with Irina, then to Julius. We'll swing out over here and give Keith some, and then lastly, going for Lady Wachter herself. We'll begin stirring the lemony tea that she did get. Irina herself went with the lavender vanilla. Oh, I'm sorry, Keith didn't get tea, so I guess nothing for you, really.
None for Gretchen Weedle's by.
Irina will take one of the special napkins and she'll kind of like, she like closes her eyes real quick as if to remember something, and then she will flick the napkin and it dissolves into a fine powder that goes into her tea, and a little waft of steam will emerge from the tea, giving a little heart symbol, and she nods, satisfied with the outcome, and she begins sipping the tea. And she'll actually chime in after a sip of the tea. Lady Wachter, thank you for the tea. We appreciate your hospitality, but if I'm not too forward, she says, as both of us look at the party. You said you had invited us here because you wish to ask our assistance, was it? Lady Wachter
Yeah.
will... Oh yeah, go ahead, please do.
Yes, did you have a matter that you believed we could help look into for you?
She kind of like clasps her hands together, Lady Wachter, and she like almost brings her face down to her hands as if she to rest them, and she'll say, "Yes, I feel like you can help me with a particular matter. Tell me, I'm sure you've, in your short time here, you've borne witness to some of the quirks that the subjects here in Vallaki engage in to satisfy the whims of our burgomaster, yes?"
I believe so. Can constant celebrations or festivals, that sort of thing.
Yes, it's honestly quite absurd. Of course, Vargas isn't the first terrible burgomaster of the Vlahovic family. Each burgomaster before him is a bit of a patriarchy succession, you know. His father was a burgomaster, his father's father was burgomaster. They've all been pretty terrible, but the rules are just... She kind of closes her eyes as if to take a deep breath. They're unbearable. And I was wondering, look, I know that you're not really invested in the political atmosphere here, but I hope you share my sentiments when it comes to the idea that such leadership should probably not be in Vargas's hands. Capable leaders such as she looks over at Irina, your late parent. I send my condolences. As well as the Dmitry Kreskov of Kresk. She like thinks about that, the fact that the burgomaster's last name is the same name as the city, basically. Those rulers would be far more capable than Vargas is here. It's just... Really? Another festival coming up? Festivals every... I apologize. I apologize for losing my composure. I just think that there should be a little change in leadership here, and I feel like newcomers to Vallaki, such as yourselves, would be excellent at... Sorry, let me be frank. I believe Vargas would not be as suspicious of you as he would be of someone like me. I have been a thorn in his side for quite a while, as he has been in mine as well as that of my family. But people like you, Lady Irina, and such interesting newcomers, she says, looking at Keith and Julius, I'm sure he would not be opposed to an audience with you all. And I feel like with this audience, if you would be amenable, could lead us to procurement of information important in ensuring that Vallaki is led by someone who is a competent individual. Whether the current individual in charge is filled with this competence, I cannot say outside of these walls, but within the confines of my home, I can assure you, competence is not remotely a word that I would use to describe Vargas. She'll calm herself down and continue to sip her tea, leaving the floor open for anyone to respond.
So the job in question that you wished to ask for assistance in is spying on the current burgomaster in hopes of supplanting him.
In a matter of speaking, yes. I would like to have additional intel on Vargas and what I believe to be foul practices led by his hands. I'd be interested if you could collect some sort of evidence for me to use in the coming days.
Do you have reason to believe that he is engaged in some form of foul play, or do you merely not like his policies and are looking for an opening?
Out of curiosity, can you give me a cursory persuasion check as she wrings her hands together uncomfortably?
5.
Unfortunate.
I use my inspiration to make that with advantage.
Yes, you may.
On my inspiration, and I'll keep the 16 unless you want me to reroll.
You what? The 5 is low enough. Like, you would obviously reroll a 5, right? So I will let you take the 16 for this.
Okay.
While in a different timeline, perhaps the one that we'll be doing next session, just kidding, you would have seen her react angrily to this accusation. She'll say, there are a few factors that I'd like to bring up. The first one being that Vargas himself is the de facto leader of, more of a figurehead in my opinion, but he's the leader of the Vallaki Reformation Center. Don't let the name amuse you or fool you. The Reformation Center is a horrid place. Worse than a prison, I would say. It's where people go to rot. And people who go there don't often come back. You see how the city is levying false accusations or, just simply incarcerating people for sleeping in trees or anything like that. It's most absurd, she'll say, shaking her head. She'll follow that up. Vargas and his captain, Izek Strasny, are brutes. Many believe only Izek is responsible for torturing prisoners, but I know that Vargas has his own mean streak. Perhaps that's why his wife Lydia is so delicate in nature. It's difficult to have a straight conversation with Lydia. She has the composure of a wife who is in a bad way, she says, kind of like taking a handkerchief and like dabbing under her eye. And the last thing that I will bring up, she'll say, kind of looking you all but resting her eyes solely on Irina. I tried to be diplomatic with Burgomaster Vargas, and I hope to consolidate an understanding with him by arranging a marriage between our children. I was unaware that young Viktor Velakovich could be as cruel as his father at so young an age. I don't know exactly what Viktor did to make my daughter... she closes her eyes, to put my daughter into the condition that she is, but I know it must have been horrible. In addition to evidence for me to use in the coming days against Vargas about his foul practices, I will admit I have a bit of a personal stake in this, and if should you accept my request, if you would be able to figure out how Victor tortured my daughter to cause her to be in the state that she is now, it would personally help me so that I could attempt to undo the damage wrought upon her. But again, I will admit that is more of a personal affair of mine. Ultimately, I did ask you here with the intention of asking you to help Vallaki as a whole, so my own devices, I believe, should technically take the seat behind. But that is weighing heavily on my heart, and that is the evidence that I can provide to you as to why I hope you will accept my offer.
I see.
I don't mind doing that for you. What do you think?
I'm not opposed. Truth be told, we did have reason to seek out the Burgomaster for our own purposes.
She raises an eyebrow at this. Oh, you do not have to divulge. She holds out her hands. I will admit I am most curious, but, your personal affairs are your own personal affairs.
But as we were already planning on attempting some kind of audience with him anyway, see no reason why we can't also attempt to help you with your matters as well.
She nods profusely. There's like a look on her face like she didn't think she'd get this far. But she'll say, okay. This is good to hear, but there are a few additional things I just want to let you know of. Cards on the table kind of thing, just to make sure that you have all the information you need to make this decision. So, of course, I did tell you I was hoping to get evidence to use in the coming days. I was hoping to attempt to overthrow Vargas during the coming Festival of the Blazing Sun. While I would appreciate your assistance, I know this is asking a lot of you during the revolution itself. Even information can be a powerful weapon, so if you're able to procure that information from Vargas, me and my men shall make good use of what you are able to acquire. That is one of my the goals that I aspire to in the coming days. I just want to let you know that for sure. In addition to that, I did receive a prophecy from a seer that told of your coming. I believe that your arrival in Vallaki means the start of a new age, and I desperately want that to come to fruition specifically. I know that does sound absurd, but the likes of people like you have not been seen in this city for quite some time. It is normally the most strange individuals that we get would be the Vishtani, and while Strahd has not been seen for some time here, the Burgomaster and his lackeys will tell you it's because of the festivals they hold weekly, which I will tell you is not the case. So it has been some time since strange individuals have come into town, so this did seem to line up with what I heard from the prophecy. Lady Wachter does have additional things to add, but if anyone wants to chime in at this time, they can. Otherwise, she will continue.
Keep floor remain quiet.
Yeah.
So I'm reading my notes.
Sure, of course. Yeah, and let me post some names in here just so you get this correct. So this is Lady Fiona Wachter. Burgomaster Vargas Volakovich, I might have a little bit of the spelling incorrect, is the current Burgomaster of the town. His son is Victor Volakovich. Some people do it with a K, some people do it with a C. I'm trying to think if there are other names that she had brought up. To recap, you have the Festival of the Blazing Sun coming up very soon.
Oh, Vargas. I thought it was Farkas.
Farkas.
fuckwad.
Oh, there's a kingdom in Fire Emblem Three Houses called the Kingdom of Fargus, and I have at least twice made the joke, more like the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
Nope, don't get it. Sorry.
Oh, it's just putting fart instead of Fargus.
Ah,
Fargus, yeah, that's all.
gotcha.
Yep, low hanging fruit.
I did not hear the T in there.
Oh, sorry.
Evidence against the burgomaster. And Fiona is this lady who just gave us that quest?
That's correct. Yes, Lady Fiona Wachter. You're currently at this location, the Wachterhouse, which means I should actually update. Party location Velaki is good, but I'll go ahead.
And what'd you say her daughter's name was?
She actually didn't specifically mention her daughter's name, but I'm sure she'd be willing to divulge that information to you all.
Sure, give West. So what's your daughter's name, just in case it comes up?
Her daughter's name is Stella Wachter. And, you know, while she's here, she might as well divulge. She'll say that she has 2 sons. And actually, it's at this point that she'll add, this is not meant to sway you in one direction or the other, but in case you need a place to stay, I can offer you my home. We can I can have my people make my son's rooms fit for guests because they stay out most nights anyways. They're probably still at the tavern right now. But just be sure, the master bedroom and my daughter's room are strictly off limits, but my son's rooms are available if you need a place to stay. Also, we have state-of-the-art facilities in case, you know, those are important to you.
They probably aren't, but I appreciate the offer. Yeah, we could probably stay here.
Yes, Keith is probably used to better facilities.
Mm.
Yeah, the facilities are basically, they aren't. Just they aren't. All right. But that's all I have queued up for her. The other thing she was going to say was basically if you all need a place to stay.
Yeah, I mean, for the sake of convenience, we can stay here the night.
Yeah, as well.
Okay.
And try and sneak into those bedrooms that are off limits.
Okay. All right, then. Anything else from y'all before I have her retire and the maids can show you to the rooms?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good.
Okay. She'll say, well, I thank you for your time. Yes, if there's anything that you need at all, feel free to ask. One of my men will likely be nearby should you need it if you are outside. All you have to do is whisper this code word and someone can assist you. And she'll leave a piece of paper on the table. She'll stand up and she'll say, well, it was a pleasure to meet you all again, Keith, Julius, Irina. And she will go ahead and step away.
She put a code word on the table.
Yeah, there's a piece of paper on the table that she's left face down.
All right, I'll look at it. What's it say?
Give me just a sec. Let me get back to you on this.
And what was the point of the password again?
The password is if you are outside in Vallaki and you need assistance, like, you know, it's like, hey, we just want to chat. Hey, are you single? That kind of thing. You know, that kind of, like, her people are riddled throughout Vallaki. Not riddled like they make up the majority, but like if there's something you need real quick. Like, hey, what was it you told us to do again? Or like, actually, do you happen to have this? That kind of thing. You can say this code word, and presumably there's someone with a think of it like this. So, Walt Disney, he believed when he was making his parks that there should be trash cans placed specific distances away so that you're never too far from a trash can. Think of it like that. Think of them like the trash cans at the Disney parks.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Yes, and they were painted in a specific color so as not to draw the eye, to specifically attempt to blend into the existing aspects and features of the park. So yeah, these people are meant to stay, like, you know, not really obvious out there, but they're nearby if you need them.
So the dudes are painted inconspicuously.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing here.
Yep.
Okay.
Paint.
As long as we're all on the same page. What was the password again?
The password, which I had not divulged yet, is as follows.
Oh, okay.
The Thanes are the ancient.
The Thanes?
Yes.
Good to know.
Adding that to my notes, and it is so unbelievably tempting to add in your Disney World comment. Like, I want to write it down as like walked or past world for Disney World assistance or something like that. But I'm like, I will just get confused next time. we play.
True. All right. When you are ready to go upstairs to your rooms, the maid here who initially brought you in, David, is ready to take you. But until then, feel free to talk amongst yourselves or explore the parlor room right over here, which I can also give you a brief description for. And that is here, 3 elegant couches surround an oval table made of black glass. All are set in front of a blazing hearth, above which hangs the portrait of a smirking nobleman, sporting a broken nose and a tangle of hair graying at the temples. Several smaller portraits hang on the north wall.
So putting them into the bag of holding.
Do we have one of those?
No, we don't.
Not yet.
Not yet,
Not one.
indeed.
She's
I look around for a bag of holes.
lady's witch. She's got to have one.
Wonder how he broke his nose.
You should see the other guy.
Well, I'm stuffed, so I'm gonna head to bed.
Quite. So, bedroom's just up the stairs here. That way.
The bedrooms are up the stairs, yes. Lady David will take you up the stairs when you're ready. Let me
Oh God, your case just ends.
Let me go ahead and reveal the upstairs for you all. All right, let me go ahead and take you all upstairs. It is on this upper portion of the map.
Of course.
Lady David will point to your bedrooms. Your rooms are basically either the room right here, like this room right here, that you are right on the door too, on your immediate right, or the far room here on the bottom left. Those are the rooms that the other maids have already gotten ready for you all. Feel free to decide your sleeping arrangements among yourselves, as unfortunately there are only 2 beds, but I believe at least one of you doesn't require a bed,
Correct.
if not both of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume these double doors are the master bedroom we're not allowed to go into.
Would you like to would you like to ask the maid specifically that, or would you like to
Yeah, sure.
Okay. She'll say, oh, that is the mistress's study. The master bedroom is this room right here. You are not to enter under any circumstances. Also, if you need them, the facilities are this last room right here. She will bid you all a good night and head back down the stairs.
Go sleep on the couch.
Just kidding.
Went over to the master bedroom and pound on the door. FBI, open up.
All
I
right.
no clip into the.
Oh, where'd you go?
I'll open this
Oh.
bedroom door.
All right. Let's see. This is M. This bedroom contains nothing out of the ordinary. A neatly made bed, a table with an oil lamp on it, a handsome wooden chest, a slender wardrobe, and a window box with drapes. Let me paste this description right here.
Window box, you say?
Yeah, I assume... I'm not sure what they mean by window box with drapes, but I assume they just mean like this little alcove here?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Eve will open the window slightly.
Yeah, you can just basically see out into the ground below. You can see more of the houses that surround you in this rich district, but yeah.
We're not allowed to go into the master bedroom. Carrion will then invisibly.
Yes.
Ah!
Damn, Karen's huge.
I will give him a smaller token at some point, but he is. I think he's small. Oh, he's tiny. Nice.
All right.
Carrion will.
I'm just going to go ahead and nip this in the bud. So if you want Carrion to sneak outside, the window's on this side, as over here is not much in the way of a window. Out of curiosity, I'll go ahead and reveal more of the outside of this house, just so you can kind of get a good idea like where the windows are. In case any of them strike Carrion's fancy. While I'm revealing here, is there anything Julius would like to do?
No, I don't have much in the way of espionage stuff yet. So, if we're scouting out the place, I'll have to stick around here for a little bit.
All right. While this is happening, let me just make Carrion a little bit smaller for my sake. Is there anything Keith wants to do before I reveal to you what's in this room?
He will look through Carrion's vision, which I believe is nothing he can do.
Okay. So, Carrion, room O. Across from the door, a fire sputters and struggles for life in the hearth, above which hangs a framed family portrait. Hold on. Before I finish reading this, I know that I had Lady Wachter retire to her room, but I was thinking about having her retire to the study that's here on the first floor. Let me know if you all are okay with that or not.
Yeah, up to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did I put her? Oh, actually, I see where she is now. Okay. Anyway. So, a framed family portrait. A noble father and mother, their 2 young sons, and a baby daughter in the father's arms. The sons are smiling in a way that suggests mischief. The parents look like uncrowned royalty. Oh, I was hoping to put that after the dot. Wood paneling covers the walls of this room. A closet and a framed mirror flank a curtained window to the south. Oh, it's curtained. Well, I've already started here. Well, shit. Anyway, let me post this at least. Unfortunate. Well, sure. Well, I mean, wait a minute. I forget. Did you all engage in the technique to summon your familiar within the range of you, just in a room next door, or am I mixing up?
No, that doesn't sound like me.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever. To the north, a wide canopied bed lies pinned between matching end tables with oil lamps. There appears to be a man sleeping in the bed.
Loving those colors.
Why, thank you.
The fact that the man is part of the map and not a token is a really good sign.
Good sign that what?
Good question. Yeah, fuck it. Carrion will, while invisible, attempt to quietly open the window, assuming it's unlocked.
So, maybe I could have chalked the drapes as being askew to a mistake, but I think this window would be locked.
Curse. Keep having thieves' tools on him.
While this is happening, Irina's gonna chime in over here. I'm just like, this is not me asking for your specific sleeping arrangements, but she's like gesture. She's not sure how to put this. Are you gonna use the other room?
Oh, I'm just going to sleep on the floor.
Oh. Are you gonna sleep on this bed, Julius, if you don't mind me asking?
A bit of an odd question. There is one bed, and we have clearly just established that Keith will be sleeping on the floor. I'm not sure what else I would be doing with the bed.
Okay, just checking. All right, I'll take this other room then.
All right. Communicating telepathically with Carrion.
Mhm.
Keep will. Well, I guess I should ask. Imps have opposable thumbs, I'm pretty sure. Would Carrion be able to attempt picking a lock?
Yes.
Sweet. Well, then Keith will pull out his thieves' tools and hand them to Carrion. Who will then invisibly fly over here.
Yeah, give me that sleight of hand check.
All right. I guess that's just Dex.
Sleight of wing, sleight of claw, sleight of
Yeah.
beak.
12.
Let me check something. All right. Unfortunate. You're having difficulty with this particular lock.
Let me think. Oh man, that find familiar trick you mentioned is real clever. I wish I had thought of it. Yeah, it doesn't even say a space you have to see.
That is correct. All right, not to metagame here, but I'm just gonna admit something to you all. You'll see on the map that there are doors with dots and doors without dots. You're probably familiar with map iconography where it's like, oh boy, I bet those are locked and those aren't.
Yep. And wasn't there another room we weren't allowed to go into?
Yes, it's specifically the. Oh no, actually, it's specifically only the master bedroom and the daughter's room, which is the door on that middle left. It did not say in my instructions that you weren't allowed in the study, but I will let you know right now that the doors are locked. So, presumably, by the what's it? By societal convention, those doors are off. Like that room is off limits to you. But she didn't say they were off limits to you.
Gotcha. All right. Well, since he can't get into the room, I guess Carrion will just try to eyeball it from here. He has, devil's sight, so it's darkness shouldn't matter. Does the dude in the bed look dead?
All right, go on and give me What is it? Survive. Was it medicine? I think it's medicine, right?
Sure. Either way, it's wisdom. So
Sure. Give me a survival check. 14.
14. The fuck is that?
It's the fudge roll.
Oh, nice. Is that lowering the DC by some amount?
Honestly, I actually didn't think that far ahead. I wasn't sure if I was going to apply to your roll or to the DC. See, it's really unfortunate because I think that's the best way to do this. Okay, is there some other way that you think? Okay, give me a description. Like, you're looking to see maybe if the guy's breathing, if he like turns and shuffles in bed.
Yeah, I'd be looking for breathing, seeing how pale he is. Has he rotted in any way? Is he in any way moving or showing any signs of life and not being a corpse?
Okay. Here's what I'll tell you. It is difficult to ascertain whether he's not breathing. There doesn't seem to be moving. He seems to be perfectly still, but there's no sign of rotting on him anywhere.
Guess he could just be undead or something. Who knows? Well, suppose that's all I'm gonna find out for now. Let's see.
Oh, you know what? It's because I'm used to the fudge option giving you just automatically doing 4 dice. So, because has it the fate system? I think the fate system does something like this. It's like 4 d6s.
Just checking my inventory, see if I have anything that would help.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, well. I guess what he could do is fly around here.
Okay.
And attempt to pick this lock, which would be, a little riskier, but if you'll allow it.
Oh, this door is locked. Strange. Okay. Yeah, you can do it.
Curses!
All right, unlucky again.
Well, maybe that one's for the best. In that case, let's see what we can see from the other forbidden room.
These ones indeed do have drapes.
Well, I've had very little success so far, but I could try to pick this lock.
Which one do you mean?
Actually, I haven't even checked to see if this window is open yet. If this window is locked. Is the window locked?
Let me check. Can you roll me a perception check?
Perception check. Okay, let's see.
The window's not locked.
Oh no. Okay, he'll
What's
attempt
wrong?
to open it.
Okay.
Do I explode?
You open it, okay. There's a curtain in the way. Would you like to go through?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Why don't you move your token in there?
No.
What's wrong, Brad?
You
Oh.
find yourself face to face with a cat. What would you like to do as it looks at you? Wait, you're invisible, right?
Yeah.
All right. It thought it could have sworn something was going to come out the window, but it doesn't see anything. But you give off a smell, perchance.
Theoretically, yeah.
Hmm.
I don't see
Theoretically,
why not.
yeah. I do like
I mean-
theoretically, yeah.
I mean, I'm a construct. I guess I'm tech. How does find familiar work again? Let's see. It's a spirit that takes the form of an animal you choose, and then in this
Oh.
case, because I'm a warlock, it's an imp. So I guess you could justify it either way, but
5e.
Probably
Can
just
I smell imps?
smell quite the same as a regular imp, but might smell like something. I don't know.
Hmm. All right. While the cat is not immediately aware of your presence, it is sniffing you out and is, attempting to ascertain your location. But let me show you a little bit what's going on in this room.
Mhm.
This room is crawling with cats.
What the fuck?
Bookshelves hug the walls, but most of the shelves are bare. Other furnishings include a desk, a chair, a table, and a wine cabinet. The room has an irregular shape, and none of its angles seem quite right, as though the shifting of the house has set the whole place on edge, which does remind me, I forgot to give you a brief description of the house when you approached, and I will give that to you now. This house seems disgusted with itself. A slouching roof hangs heavy over furrowed gables, and moss-covered walls sag and bulge under the weight of the vegetation. As you study the house's sullen countenance, you hear the edifice actually groan. Only then do you realize the extent to which the house hates what it has become.
I didn't know it was possible for a house to have clinical depression.
All right, one cat is alerted to your presence, but if there's anything you'd like to do in this room, thankfully you're invisible, though your luck may not last for long.
Yep. I guess I'll go. Yeah, I'll be raven form. Seems small enough to flit around, but I'll fly over the cat and just look around, see if there's anything interesting in this weirdly depressed room full of cats for some reason. In a locked room. Is there like a
Oh god, I can heal Brad from here.
All right, these two cats rolled a natural 20. But what was the question you were asking before they start heading towards you?
See if there's anything just interesting or like I can glean anything from this room.
Okay, let me take a look.
Anything that seems worth looking at, yeah.
Cabinet is over there. All right, so the cabinet to your north has a fine collection of wine glasses. The desk looks like it has interesting things on it. Let me check one more thing, one more page. Can you give me a perception check?
I can try. Fuck that, Carrion. Get it together.
That's fine, but you don't see anything out of the ordinary except for two cats that seem to sniff you. This one hops down from, is maybe perching on the windowsill and moves right here. This one over here is hopped up onto the bookshelf here. It doesn't look directly at you, but it might be looking through you.
Cool. I'll flit over to the desk. See if there's anything neat on it.
Ooh, yeah. Give me just a moment then. Don't get your hopes up, but I want to see if there's anything I can help out with. All right. There seem to be a few stray documents on this table. Some words that catch your eye as you look through Carrion's eyes. Something about curing madness seems to appear on a page or two. There seems to be some fervently written material, some sort of argument involving Strahd, like an argument as in like a, when people are on the forums, discussing our politicians, I guess. It seems to be kind of like that. It's like, oh, Strahd something, 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 Strahd something, something. Some bills racked up by her sons. More political back and forth, it looks like. You might see like a note about there seems to be a compilation of what's the word, like testimonies about the Reformation Center. These are the things that catch your eye.
Interesting. Keith, seeing through Carrion's eyes, will just kind of loosely mention these things out loud so that Julius can hear.
Okay.
And aside from that, you said these are bookshelves, but they're mostly bare.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. What's this little table up here?
Let me see. I'm not sure. It's just a table. It doesn't have additional description.
Gotcha.
Okay. Most of the bookshelves are bare. Can you give me one last perception check for the bookshelves?
Come on, Carrion! Yeah!
That's pretty good. Also,
Good.
what is Carrion's passive perception?
11.
Sorry, what were you saying, Quinn?
Said sorry, the DC was actually 18.
It's possible.
You'll notice one of the cats has a small key hanging from its collar. 1, 2, hold on, 1, 2, hold on, what was the order I said? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can someone roll me a d8? Okay. The cat that has the key, thankfully for you, is the one I'll be marking with a purple up here.
Ooh. Glitter.
Your fucking days are numbered, Glitter.
Profane pet, no. I will not kill the cat, though I will attempt to slip the key off of its neck.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a sleight of wing check.
Come on! Hey!
All right. That is good enough, but these two cats, this one has hopped down from this bookshelf. So with your 17 roll from before, you'll notice that there were some hinges actually next to this bookshelf on the bottom that you noticed.
Ooh.
But yeah, not something that I believe you'd be able to manage by yourself as Carrion, but good to know.
Gotcha. Fair enough. I'll note that. Well, gonna try not to push my luck any further. I'm gonna fly out.
All right.
Turn back into an imp to close the window.
The cats pounce on the location where you were near Glitter. They attempt to follow the key out, but you successfully close the window and escape relatively unscathed.
Woohoo! Bye, cats.
All right, we'll fly back in. Give Keith his thieves' tools and the key.
All right, key obtained. Okay, go ahead and add a key to anyone's inventory, whoever's adding it, and add specifically N4Q, just so I know which key it is. I mean, I will potentially remember, but in case you get to, address this down the line, then N4Q.
Damn, this is a long haul key. Gotcha. Cool.
We'll kind of need this to break into a specific room in Strahd's house.
That is something the base game would do. There's a side quest that it's like, all right, so for this side quest, simple little side quest, it's probably unimportant. You need to get into Castle Ravenloft, go to a specific area, find an object that is weighs, hundreds of pounds maybe, and then get it back here. Side quest. It's just a side quest. So I will say that the version of the game I am running has moved that out of Castle Ravenloft into a place where it actually makes sense for it to be in.
Nice.
How? Because we passed by Castle Ravenloft. We could have gone there, right?
That is, yes, it's basically like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You can go to Castle Ravenloft right out the gate.
And does the module point this out that here's what to do if your players decide to try and fight Strahd at level 6?
It's like, so to recap, when you reach the crossroads that split between Vallaki and Castle Ravenloft, a carriage is supposed to apparently appear to escort you to the castle where, let's just say something will happen. But, I mean, if you want to take that something that happens and, use that as an attempt to attack Strahd, it probably, I guess it depends, but I can definitely see a TPK occurring from that, but it just depends. It just depends.
Gotcha. Well, with that, I'm not going to push my luck any further, so I'll probably call it there for the night.
All right. Anything Julius wanted to have done while this is happening, or are you also ready to turn in for bed?
I was just keeping watch while he was off.
Oh yeah, speaking of, did you want to keep watches tonight while you're staying here? Or
I mean, I can keep watch even when I'm sleeping, so.
Oh, okay.
I can keep watch presumably in the same general way.
All right. Well, if you would like, you can give me your perception checks, but I will grant you all your long rest.
Hey.
Yay! I got my 2 wages back, and I lost my remaining failure point.
I gotta remember to use my Twilight Bag of Tricks. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, exciting. All right. Well, feel free to, recover half your hit dice, anything that you get on a short or long rest. Yeah.
Stealth
Is it half of your missing hit dice, or is it half of your total hit
Half
dice?
of your total hit dice.
Yay! Yay! Well, I wasn't really missing anything, so.
Oh, and here's my perception check.
For your watch. Thank you.
11.
All right. Keith, as you start settling down for your watch, you hear a faint scratching sound as if something is scraping the floor. It's
Where?
it seems to be in the direction of that bookcase from before.
The bookcase in the other room?
Yeah, sorry. If I forgot to point out where the bookcase was, it was in the southern portion of the room. The library.
Like here-ish?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alright.
Like here.
Interesting. So you said the hinges were such that Carrion would not be able to open it.
Yes, that's correct.
But like 12 cats walking in tandem.
Forming a mecha.
Or Mega Gatotron.
Yeah. I mean, I have a scroll of invisibility, but I don't know if I want to. A lot of commitment.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I also just have the invisibility spell. So it's not much commitment. I could just try that.
Okay. So, what would you like to do?
What do you think, Julius?
I understand being skeptical of Lady Wachter, but I do think there is a point where it becomes against our best interest to go poking around too much without reason to believe that she is actively walking against us. Best not burn a bridge before we even begin to cross it.
Fair enough.
Hold on to that key, though.
I will.
Okay. Well, as the night progresses, sure, we'll make this happen during Julius's watch. Nothing happens for the rest of Keith's watch, but Julius, you hear some scratching coming from the single locked door upstairs. Being specifically here.
Gotcha. Now, does it sound like it's scratching on the floor, scratching on the door?
At the door, it seems. Let me give you the description for this hall specifically. So, a hallway with a window at each end wraps around the staircase railing. Framed portraits and, let me place this. Mirrors festoon the walls, surrounding you with judging looks and dark reflections. You hear something scratching at one of the many doors, that one being that locked one.
I see. Give me a moment.
Of course.
just can't do that yet. Okay. Well, I suppose I'll take my own advice and kind of I poke my head out here, see if there's anyone in the hall.
Yes. There's no one in the hall.
Great. I'd like to quietly walk over to the door and just like place my ear up against it to listen to the sound of the scratching.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to come and go in not bursts. That sounds intense. I don't want to say waves, but yeah, like sometimes it'll be like scratching, like scratch, and then like stops for a bit. You hear like some movement on the other side, maybe someone adjusting, maybe something moving around. There's a little bit of maybe there's like one time that you hear a pacing sound, but then it goes back to scratch at the door.
Would you say that it sounds like fingernails or more like animal claws on the door? Or is it maybe actually just like something moving around on the ground, on the floor in the room?
Can you give me a survival check, actually?
Bad.
Hmm.
Better than I expected, though.
Sounds like a cat, actually.
Gotcha. Well, Keith did say that this house has many cats in it. Sort of shrug and go back to the room.
Harrion is really tempted to go check again. Wait, sorry, which of these doors was it?
This one.
Okay. Well, I have no... Or do I? It's this window.
Wait, which window?
I didn't check through, Oh, wait. No, both of these windows are in the same...
Yeah.
To the same room, aren't they? Okay. fair enough.
The window. Yeah, this window here is the library window.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm assuming this window is to this better. Yeah, there's probably no way to get in there without picking the lock. You know what? Here's what I'll say. It's, at some point anyway, Karen will fly back over to this window and just look at the dude in the room to see if he's moved at all.
So actually, the drapes are over the window now.
Love it. I don't want to just keep asking until I get it right, but would I be able to try one more time to pick the lock?
Yes, you can.
Because I am damn curious.
You are able to successfully pick the lock.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's a bad idea. Okay, well, I'm gonna try and slowly open the window. And then invisibly move the drapes out of the way.
All right, let me reveal the room for you. Give me just a moment. All right, and there you go.
Ah, that makes perfect sense.
All right, move the drape. Anything you'd like to do? Would you like to hop in here?
Would.
All right, let me make sure I have the right room open. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to reveal the entirety of the closet. Let me just hide areas here. Okay. You're in this room. To recap, there's wood paneling, closet, frames, mirror, a wide canopied bed, magic end tables with oil lamps, a hearth, a framed family portrait. Anything catch your eye?
Hmm.
Check out the dead dude's eyeballs.
I will. What is this? The family portrait?
The family portrait's over here above the hearth. That's the mirror.
Ah. Do the two of them appear in the mirror?
That's a good question. You're looking into the mirror, right?
Yeah.
All right. I need to check something.
Darian realizes he doesn't appear in the mirror. Is he a vampire? Then he remembers he's invisible.
Wait a minute. Where's the... Hold on. Master bedroom. What the heck? Oh, sorry. Sorry, you were looking in the mirror to see if their reflections show up, right?
Yeah.
And you're invisible right now, yes?
Correct.
And you're a... Carrion's a crow, is it?
Mechanically, he is an imp,
Right.
though he can change into a raven form or a spider form.
And
or
you
a-
are looking through his eyes and listening through his ears, but your other senses are on your original body.
correct. And I don't have to look through his senses, but I can. I can choose to.
Okay. How knowledgeable... Wait, you're looking through. How knowledgeable are you and or Carrion? Like,
Darian actually has higher intelligence than I do, but not very.
and then how old are both of you?
That's a good question. Carrion is probably a construct, so he doesn't really have a concept of age, but I mean, it's probably existed more or less for as long as Keith has been a warlock. Keith is potentially over 100 years old.
Okay.
I haven't narrowed down the exact number, but
All right, cool. Thank you. That's helpful. Last questions. What are your alignments, you and Carrion?
man, these are a lot of questions for looking in the mirror. I'm scared now. Keith is probably true neutral, chaotic neutral, something in that window. If you need me to narrow down, I can.
No, that's
but
fine, that's fine.
probably, yeah, okay. Carrion, I mean, I guess technically he's an imp, so he'd be, like lawful evil. But I mean, he's magical, so I mean, I'd probably just make him like lawful neutral
Okay.
or true neutral.
Okay. So you're looking at this mirror. You both see both of their bodies there. That sounds ominous. You see both of their bodies in the mirror, so you know that neither of them are presumably vampires. But you sense something's very off about this mirror, as if it's radiating an aura of something. It's something. You can give me an Arcana check if you would like, but you can tell this is not a mundane mirror.
Oh, pretty much just a straight roll. 11.
Well, there's an aura of conjuration magic radiating from this mirror.
Ooh. If you touch it, it'll summon guards to attack you. I don't know. Cool. Neither of them are vampires. All right. Weird mirror. But yeah, I will go over here and just like get a closer look at this dude.
Okay. Well, he's not breathing.
Dick. I will. This is so stupid. I will lightly touch him to see how cold he is.
It's not the stupidest thing someone's done to his body. Let me go ahead and well, he's very cold.
On that.
Wait, let me check something.
One of my players discovered something unfortunate about themselves. With the
Yeah, it's cold. It's ice cold. Well, you know, actually, maybe not ice cold, but it's definitely cold.
walking into the funeral like this better not awaken anything in me.
Alright, I will. One final check to see if he's actually undead. I will like you know, open his eyelid a little, see if there's anything there.
Wait,
It
if you...
feels
Yeah.
so unnecessary at this point.
Is it unnecessary in Barovia?
Can you roll me a stealth check for Karen?
Yeah, that's fair. Hey.
Oh, that's really good. All right. You open the eyes. What if they're undead? They're just all black. Is that what you're expecting?
I mean, I don't know.
Were you expecting that if they're undead, they'll wake up?
I was expecting if they're undead, it'd be like, I don't know, yellow or red or some kind of unnatural color, or in some way react.
Ah,
But
well,
if they're
yeah.
undead, they wouldn't be sleeping.
True.
So you open the eyes. They're not an unnatural color, but it doesn't react. It's not flinching or anything. It just doesn't move at all.
All right,
They're
so
normal eyes.
I'm like 70% sure this guy's just a corpse. Cool. I don't know what to make of this information. But while I'm here, hold on, let me write this down. Let me write down in my notes what fucking Fiona does at night.
Actually, I'm kind of curious what's under here because I haven't looked here in like a year. I'm just gonna grab this. I'm just gonna. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not bad.
Wait, hold on. Move it
Oh,
the
yeah.
other, move it the other way.
Ah.
Oh my God, Fiona doesn't have a body.
All right, an eventful excursion here. Anything else you'd like to do? Maybe, you know, peck at the mirror or something?
Just
You-
pack Fiona. Fuck it.
Dude, I am so tempted to fuck with that mirror, but
Go poke it, coward.
you know what I will do is attempt to open the closet.
Okay.
Why not?
You open the closet. Let's see, what is this? You are in Valaki. Where's the Wachterhouse? Role-playing. Master bedroom. Closet. The closet contains shelves of fancy footwear and many fine garments, including what appears to be a black robe. On a high shelf rests a locked iron chest.
Well, I gotta try and unlock it.
My God.
Not gonna go well with these fucking rolls, but you know.
Yep.
Yeah, oh no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You hear some stirring coming from the bed as you fail to unlock the chest. What would you like to do?
Leave. Close the blinds. Close the windows if I can do that all quickly.
Okay.
enough.
Yes, I'll let you do that quickly enough. You hear some
I guess I
shuffling
should have
coming
closed
from
the
the
closet
bed.
door as well, but probably not enough time.
Let's see. You want to close the... So you want to do... What was it? You want to close the drapes, close the window?
Yeah, but as I said that, I probably should have closed the closet door as well, but I don't know if I have time to do all that.
I will leave it to you if you think you have enough time to do all three of those things.
Sure, I'll close the closet door as I leave,
Mm-hmm.
and then come over, close the drapes.
When you close the drapes, you see that, you hear that Lady Wachter has rustled in bed and is looking over at her husband, presumably. And you
then I will
close
try
the door.
to what?
Yeah, go
Yeah, I
ahead.
will try and slowly close the window.
You slowly close the window. Are you going to be quiet about it?
Yes.
Can you give me a stealth check?
No. Hey, not bad.
Right as you close the window quietly, the camera, for those of us who are at home, is going to pan over to Lady Wachter, who bolts upright looking at the ever so slightly fluttering drapes in front of the window. squints, looks back over at the body next to her, goes back to bed.
All right. I will relay that information. Weird fucking mirror. Dead husband.
I see. Barovia is an odd place.
Yep.
All right. An eventful set of watches for you all, an eventful night. But of course, you both get your long rests. Is there anything else you'd like to do before I take us to morning?
Can't think of
I think
anything.
I'm good.
Okay. Now, I did say I wanted to wrap up round 2, but I do have the morning section ready if you all would be interested, but it's no pressure either way.
I'm done.
How long is it?
It depends. Are you heading to the Burgomaster's place first, or are you heading to inquire with Yeska about the bones first?
Between the two, probably Yaska, because it is more
Oh,
immediately relevant.
that one's just like 5 minutes right there.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. All right. Before I take you back to the orphanage, do either of you need anything?
Nope.
Okay. Honestly, I'm just gonna take you to this map for, background purposes, but I'll have Irina stay in the lobby. There aren't gonna be much changes to before, but think nothing of it. I will again. Actually, I can show you the art for the characters now. Let me just get that queued up. But first, let me paste to you what my last part. Hold on, 1, 2. What? Oh yeah, because my second party hasn't been to Valaki yet, but my first party. Let me show you the art that one of my players did after what one of the players did next to the body, that you all found. So they went. I think the Lady Wachter wasn't in there, so the tiefling climbed into bed next to the body. I don't remember if he held his hand, but he just laid there and just hung out Anyway, and then proceeded to
the
continue.
Fallout method.
Amazing.
Wait, what is the Fallout method?
You'll find a mattress that just has a skeleton in it or whatever because, they're just environmentally placed around. Then you can just sleep in the bed.
I see. Amusing. Okay. Okay. I'm ready to take you back over here.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I didn't mean to push you so far into the room. All right, you are outside of the room, presumably. One of the employees here would have easily let you in, as you have, started your morning bright and early here at the orphanage. You're here outside of the room for Yeska. Who would like to step in first?
I'll go in.
Okay. You enter and you see lying on the bed, kind of sitting up a little bit more, think the pillows are kind of stuffed behind her, is a young girl. You have found Yeska awake and alert. She seems to have, there's I'm going to put a maid in here. There's someone in here who is feeding her some soup. Yes, you are free to enter if you would like. This lady has been, instructed that you would probably show up this morning and is not surprised by your presence. For Yeska, as far as pictures go, I will send you a picture in Discord. Yeska is the young girl who is seated on the shoulders of the Dragonborn of the picture I'm sending you.
Nice. So you probably adopted her?
My party hopes to adopt her, but they need to survive the Curse of Strahd campaign first.
Fair.
They can't adopt her if they're dead.
You gotta adopt her and then die. Orphan 2. New game plus.
See, the thing is, they're practically like almost adopted her, if that makes sense. They're like, all right, once we take care of this Strahd business, you're coming home with me situation, right? Oh, God, it would be so fucked up if the Dragonborn dies before the end of the campaign.
We can only hope.
We can only hope. All right, so, yes, if you would like, you can step in here. Hold on, where did Keith go? Go to out here. Oh, hello.
Keith, where are you going? Plot's this
Oh,
way.
sorry.
I mean, you're fine. I'm just surprised why you're out
Oh,
there.
that's right. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, sorry. In here is the bedroom. So yeah, the little girl's there. Feel free to start things off if you would like, or I can have her speak to you first.
What was the question again?
Oh, yes, you can speak to her right now if you would like. Or, yeah, you can have her speak to you first.
I guess I'll speak up. Hello, Ms. Yeska. My name is Julius, and this is my friend Keith. If it's not too much trouble, we would like to ask you a few questions.
She nods solemnly. She'll say, "Hi, it's nice to meet you."
Pleasure to meet you as well. Now, we are here helping out the nice lady that runs the church not too far from here. What's her name again?
Mother Donya? Like Dona.
Okay. We're here helping Mother Donya from the church not too far from here. Something really important to the church recently went missing, and she was wondering if you might know where that item might be, or who might have last seen it.
The maid will kind of chime in real quick here and say, "Yeska, these are the people who helped you get better," she'll say. "And I'd like you to roll me a persuasion check at advantage to try to convince her to relay this information to you." All right, with that dirty 20, she'll say. She'll look down at first, not interested in saying, and she'll eventually bring her head back up and she'll say, "Hi." Wait, can you summarize the information trying to ascertain from her? I know that what Mother Donya told you, but at the end of the day, the final question to this kid is,
do you know who took the bones or where they might have put them?
Yes. So yes, he'll say, I don't know who would do such a thing, but I did tell my older sister Millie when I found out about the bones. So Millie might know, but she wouldn't take the bones. I know she wouldn't.
Of course. Is Millie here at the orphanage as well?
Well, Millie normally stays here, but she's at work now. She works at the graveyard.
I see. Do you think she's over there now?
Yes, she should be. She should be, digging the graves now.
Thank you very much, Yeska. You've been very helpful.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Did you have any questions for Keith?
I think you were pretty, did a good job.
All right. Let's be on our way then.
All right. So with the questioning complete, I will also let you know that the 5 minutes I basically meant like, a little bit of this and a little bit of perhaps talking to Millie at the graveyard. I assume perhaps you'd like to go to the graveyard next, and are you okay with doing that now?
Yeah, I'm okay with doing that now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go ahead and swap out the music. All right, I'm going to drop Irina off so she can talk to Mother Donya over there. But you are back at the church, where on the left side of the Church of St. Andral, right across from the orphanage, you can see that there's a cemetery. And at the very back is most likely that person you're looking for, Millie.
So far away.
Yeah, I originally had her closer, but then I realized, wait, there are graves actively being dug over there, so maybe I should bring her back there.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
I'll walk
One
the
more
4 miles over to her.
Oh, is
One
that what
more
it's telling you? 4 miles? Damn.
No.
One more child to question.
All right. You found Millie, who, surprise, surprise, is actually the left person in the picture that I sent you all via Discord. She's hard at work. She's like, gripping the shovel tightly. You can see that she's actually quite skilled at this, as if she has been doing this for many, many years. Without breaking a beat, skipping a beat, without turning around to say, all right, what do you want?
Hello, you must be Millie, correct?
Let me check something. Say, maybe. What's to you?
We just spoke to your younger sister, Yeska, over in the orphanage. Seems to be doing much better today than yesterday. We have something that we need to ask you. We asked her first, and she said that you might be able to help us follow.
She stops digging. She'll, park the shovel kind of like in the dirt, but enough for her to lean against it a little. She'll say, okay.
Not too long ago, an important item belonging to the church here was revealed to Yeska, and shortly thereafter it went missing. No one assumed that Yeska took them, but she was our only lead, and therefore we needed to ask her about it. She told us that she told you about them, and that brings us to you. I was hoping that you might have some information about their whereabouts, or someone else who might be aware of them.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
Seven.
What he means to say.
Say, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeska's at that age. She's all probably coming up with all sorts of strange stories.
Well, this story doesn't originate from Yeska now, does it? This story originates from Mother Donya, who has a keen interest in recovering this relic, and I don't believe that any of us would be especially happy if I had to go back to Yeska to try to get further information from her.
Mhm.
Can I roll intimidation?
You can, yes. Do you have any weapons visible on you, or I know I've asked this question 3 sessions ago, but I just want to double check.
Well, the longsword is always pretty visible on his back.
Can you roll me a d4 to add to the intimidation check?
1.
Okay. Okay, so she'll say, all right, I don't want any trouble. Let me figure out how she's going to phrase this. Give me just a moment. So, I'm sorry. The DC's way lower. Okay, never mind. You're fine. You're fine. It says if one of the characters confronts and succeeds on a DC 10 Charisma Intimidation check. That's kind of surprising. Okay.
Kids are pretty easily frightened by adults, sometimes anyway. Depending on the kid, they might also just be too defiant. And just like, what are you gonna do? Kill me?
So,
Do it, pussy.
Yeska told me about the bones. I passed this information along to the local coffin maker, Enrique. And in return for that information and for helping to procure the bones, he paid me money, yes, but I used it to help feed my younger siblings at the orphanage. Used it to help us acquire food. So the bones are with Enrique at the coffin shop. They're on the east side of town. Probably pass it on your way in.
That was awfully short-sighted of you. Those bones kept this church safe from the devil's influence. Without them, this entire town is much more at risk now.
Yeah, but I mean, devil hasn't attacked here, like hasn't been seen in Vallaki in hundreds of years, and hundreds of years is a lot of years worth of food. And
You don't suppose that those bones had anything to do with him not being here for hundreds of years?
well, I guess I probably. You know what? Who's to say whether it's festivals or bones? I don't know. I just keep my head low and try to keep the table filled. All right, you know where the bones are. Do you need anything else from me?
Excuse me.
No. I don't need anything further from you.
Millie returns to her work.
Okay, we know where to go now.
Mhm.
Shall we away?
No witnesses. Snap.
Ugh. Short-sighted children, just steal the food next time.
Right. So, since it sounds like we're coming up to the end of the session, for next time, it is ready to go, but I understand if you want to save it for next time. For next time, are you headed to the Burgomaster's place first, interested in inquiring about this Argynvost's whole situation and perhaps acquiring additional information for Lady Fiona Wachter, or did you want to head straight to the coffin shop to acquire these bones so that the church can be, safe again?
I'm thinking bones first, then the Burgomaster.
Okay, one vote for bones.
One more vote for bones.
Okay. That's 2 votes for bones. All right. And then we can probably stop there unless you all think acquisition of the bones would be a better stopping point, but I'm good either way.
Nope, I'm fine with that.
Sorry, what was the question? I was writing up my notes.
Yes, you're fine. Basically, unless you think acquiring the bones itself would be a better stopping point, wanted to know if you wanted to stop right here.
I think I'm good to stop here.
Alrighty. The next time, you all will make your way from here. Did you want to let Mother Donia know where you're going, or like what you found out along the way, or you headed straight to the coffin shop?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, my vote was head straight for the coffin shop.
Okay,
Mm.
well then let's go there.
So you can head straight there. All right. In that case, I'll go and find the correct music to sign us off with. I'll just do this one this time around. All right. And with that, we wrap up our what was this? 7th session for Curse of Strahd. You are on your way to the coffin shop to acquire the bones from his full name is Henrique van der Voot. I will go ahead and post that here in the chat. You're here to see him, as Millie sold him not only the information about the bones, but her her labor to acquire the bones for him specifically, so as to feed her kids. But as Julia's correctly pointed out, just steal the food next time. So we'll see how that turns out for you all. I'm very excited for next session.
Yeah.